From 2010 to 2014, Elaina Balouris Tabb built one of the most impressive track and cross-country resumes in William & Mary history. A native of suburban Pittsburgh, Elaina was a six-time All-American and a four-time CAA Athlete of the Year. She capped her tribe career with a fifth-place finish in the NCAA 10,000-meter championship, cementing her legacy as one of the program's all-time greats. During her junior and senior years, Elaina dominated the CAA, winning back-to-back Athlete of the Year honors in both cross-country and track. She never placed lower than third at the CAA cross-country championships and claimed the title in her final two seasons. She also helped lead the tribe to team conference championships in cross-country and track and field. In her senior year, she earned All-American honors in both the indoor 5,000-meter and outdoor 10,000-meter and was named William & Mary's Female Senior Athlete of the Year. Shortly after graduating in 2014, Elaina signed a professional contract with the Boston Athletic Association and continued competing on the national and international stage. She represented Team USA at the World Cross Country Championships in 2015 and 2017, the World Half Marathon Championships in 2018, and the Pan American Games in 2019. In 2021, she competed in the U.S. Olympic trials in the 10,000 meters. Elaina closed her elite running career with an 11th place finish at the Boston Marathon in 2021 and a podium finish, third place, at the 2022 U.S. Marathon Championships in Sacramento. Elaina Balouris Tabb, welcome to the William & Mary Athletics Hall of Fame.
I wanted to first thank William & Mary for inducting me into the Hall of Fame and for inviting us to this beautiful dinner. Thank you to Randy and Shelby Hawthorne for the nomination and the incredible and generous support of the William & Mary cross country and track and field team for so many years. Hi, sweetie. We are thrilled to be back in Williamsburg with our two daughters, and getting to share this experience with them is extremely special. Additionally, I currently coach cross country and track at the high school level, and I think this experience as a coach and a new parent has given me a greater appreciation for how my parents supported me over the years. Their number one priority was that I was having fun, not whether I was winning or breaking records, and I truly didn't realize how important that was until recently in this new role as a parent and coach. They gave me the tools to go after some big dreams, and I'm extremely grateful for that. I want to thank my coaches, Steve Walsh and Jill Miller, who completely revitalized the women's team during my 4 years with the tribe. My freshman year, most of the top 7 had graduated, so we began a rebuilding phase, and I really had no idea what this would entail, but looking back at my 4 years, this was such an incredible team to be a part of. We were nowhere near qualifying for NCAAs as a team in the early years, but by my senior year, we automatically qualified for nationals, which was the first time in school history, and we know this school has been around for a while. We finished 12th place in the nation in front of many, many powerhouse schools, and it was one of my most memorable races because I could share it with my team. More importantly than the outcome itself, we believed we could do something special that season, and we were united with our mission. We gave ourselves a shot, and we had a sense of urgency with it, and that's a valuable lesson in all aspects of life. I remember sitting down with my coach, Jill, senior year track season, and she asked me what my goal for the season was, and I told her I wanted to be top 5 in the nation in the 10K. And I remember sitting in her office, and she said, "Why not train for first? Why not go for it and give yourself that shot?" And I remember this conversation so clearly, and I just flipped a switch in the way I attacked my training, and I trained, and I truly believed that I could win that race. And I remember stepping to that starting line, and while I ended up finishing 5th, which is kind of ironic, it was the feeling of truly believing that I could win that race that I remember so vividly. Stepping to the starting line in Hayward Field with a smile on my face, knowing I did absolutely everything I could, and here I am over 10 years later, and I still remember that conversation with my coach, the impact it had on me, and the emotion I felt on the starting line. My coaches helped me realize that there was more in me than I thought, and I've always carried that belief in myself. I thank William & Mary and my coaches here for their mentorship and the way they cared for me as a full person. I always felt that my long-term health and well-being were at the forefront of how we approached training and racing, and ultimately that paid off because I was able to progress all 4 years of college and for a full decade after when I was running professionally. I'm thankful for the confidence, which is a product of consistency and commitment, that continued to grow during my 4 years at William & Mary. It's years of learning, working, and bouncing back after falling short of my goals and knowing I can do that time and time again that made me feel secure in myself. I was just telling my husband how the transition of going from an athlete who dedicated a couple decades to this sport at a very high level to a person who just runs for enjoyment has been surprisingly smooth, given the amount of passion I have built up inside of me. Well, I think that passion has been spread out in the way I coach and mentor my high school team, but most importantly in how I want to raise my daughters, so that they can have the skills to believe in themselves enough to go after some crazy, scary, and ambitious goals. Thank you.